It's one of the best looks in Vancouver at a sunset here on the West Coast. I know we're working our way towards the morning back east, but here in Vancouver, it is a pristine night for baseball. And we got a good one for you. If you're watching Coast to Coast here on Sportsnet Pacific, I'm Rob Fai, back alongside Romero and Caroline Frolic, checking in periodically as well. Canadians down 2-1 to Tri-City. And Ricky, really kind of just a clunky inning for Adam Kloffenstein of the defense.
Yeah, I know we had praised him about stuff not snowballing on him. It snowballed on him a little bit there, but what you got to appreciate is that he was able to work through that inning. And, you know, one error led to those 2 runs, but like I said, it kind of started to snowball on him a little bit, but it really didn't. I don't know if it makes sense. He showed his maturity. He stayed within himself. He made some good pitches, and he got out of that inning.
So here is Wen-Hua Sung of Taiwanese descent. First pitch in, first strike. Tri-City is going to bring all of their big guns out in game 1 of this series. Sung has been fantastic coming out of the bullpen in relief of Ethan Elliott. Infield playing back. We're at the bottom of the 5th. Ball back towards us. And, ooh, I'm telling you, Jordy flinched. I think there's a flinch there.
I think he did.
I do.
He used the hands right at the end just to kind of sell it, but I think he flinched first.
I agree. Hey, if you want to look like a part of the team, grab the latest C's hats, and you can do so right now at CanadiansBaseball.com. From retro, on-field, designer, the C's team store is your one-stop shopping tradition. You can go right now and do it. Go to CanadiansBaseball.com. Slider misses well outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brett Wright's in the box. I tell you what, we keep going back and forth on this flinch thing, and I'm so happy that I finally get to pass it back to Jordy Cunningham.
I don't know, yours was still pretty bad.
Oh, mine was terrible. I think for the one singular moment, I had the worst one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Sung on its way, also outside, 2-2.
And I know you had Andy here last inning, and I just wanted to extend what you said, that we really appreciate him doing this for us and him bringing me on board to work alongside you. He's been first class. This whole ballpark is all first class. The organization he runs here is first class, and I can't thank him enough for bringing me on board. It's been an awesome experience for myself.
2-2. Ball that is hit foul. Well, I'll tell you this, and I don't know how you'll take it, but some of us do this our whole lives, try to get on TV and broadcast and stuff. And Ricky, what you've been able to accomplish in 6 games, from the first time that you and I sat down and looked at each other as almost strangers to where we're at today, is probably one of the most enjoyable parts of my summer as well. I think you got a career in baseball off the field as well.
Well, thank you very much. You know what? I've actually gone home and I've listened to other broadcasters and kind of just, what do I want to bring to the game? How do I want to let the fan know what I'm seeing? And I think my goal in all this was just to give them a little bit of an insight of what a pitcher's going through, what a hitter's seeing, even though I wasn't a hitter. And I feel like as games went on, I got better.
Yeah, agreed. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
Oh, no. And you have
the ball fair that's going to go into the left field corner. That's good news. And now this is extra bases for Brett Wright. Just now getting to the baseball is Jack Strodick. So that's a good start for the Canadians, who just gave up 2 runs to Tri-City at the top of the 5th to get the leadoff pony on base with an extra base hit. Let's see if the Canadians can atone and get that runner right back.
And I was going to add to that, I have a lot of appreciation for you after this replay.
There it is, back in the corner. Ricky, take me home with this one.
Well, it's just a good piece of hitting. He gets a fastball that he can drive, and he pulls it down the line. And like I said, it's the little things that Aaron Matthews was talking about that they've done better these last few weeks. And it's good that they can finish strong like this.
The old adjustment that baseball players are known to make.
Yeah.
Vince Scully tells a great story about that. But
just like they're making adjustments, I'm making adjustments, and I made a lot through my first 6 games. Like I said, I appreciate every radio guy, every TV guy that has to do it night in, night out, in whatever sport it is. it ain't an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes you love the game, but it also makes you almost understand too much of it. There's an innocence to baseball that sometimes periodically can be lost when you're broadcasting or covering a team. Ball that is hit foul. Remember when I started covering basketball and hockey before we got into the baseball thing, and you'd be in the press box and a big moment would happen for the team that you're covering, which sometimes can be the team you grew up on. You're not allowed to cheer. You got to stand there and be stoic, or sit there and be stoic. And the beauty of this job as a play-by-play guy is I can get fired up and I can get involved, and it means something. So it's cool to do it surrounded by friends as well. 1-1. Pretty good pitch in for a strike, and now the count goes to 1-2. Luis De Los Santos, 1 for 1. He's hitting .204 this season, and don't you think for a second that he doesn't want to finish above the Mendoza line. A lot of players starting to figure where they're at and what they got to do to maybe just get a little bit better number-wise. There's a ball that's lofted into center, just beyond the shortstop, Ilaraza. And now the Canadians with runners at first and third. Another good piece of hitting.
Yeah, and like I said, this is the stuff that they had been missing all year. It's the adjustments at the plate, on the mound, and it just seems like they've done that. They haven't let stuff completely get out of control, and De Los Santos does a great job right there, and just, knows this swing, understands this swing right there, and just does what he can. He doesn't try to pull, he doesn't try to do too much, and hey, I'm gonna drive this ball up the middle, and that's exactly what he did. Just want to remind fans that we're gonna have that segment too, that Ask Ricky segment. So if you guys want to send in your questions, send them, and
I'm ready for it.
maybe we'll wait till next inning.
The right-hander here, Wenhua Sung, offers up a pitch that is bland into foul territory, third base side. Just enough room for Sean Gilby to come down with it, and that's a tough break for Tanner Morris. He's had a tough time tonight, 0 for 3. All three have been kind of lazy pop-ups, and it brings up Jesus Lopez. And again, for those who don't know what we're talking about here, it's a segment where we go about an inning and a half, where you can tweet us at Van Canadians and ask Ricky. That's the hashtag that you need. Ask him anything about his baseball career, what he thinks of the Blue Jays, anything. We're here for you. It's our last broadcast, so load us up online. Go to Van Canadians and ask Ricky, and your stuff goes right into our broadcast booth, and we'll answer as much as we can tonight. Wherever you're listening from. Pitch is inside to Jesus Lopez.
Vancouver Canadians really have to capitalize right here. First and third is the perfect opportunity to get a run and get back in this game. Not that they're out of it.
Sung is a good ground ball pitcher, which might not translate well to this moment, as the pitch at the knees is called for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. You know, the Canadians at one point of the season had Yorman Rodriguez, who left. He got promoted to Lansing, and when he did, he was the top hitter batting average-wise in the Northwest League. And upon his departure, you were wondering who was going to pick up the torch. Jesus Lopez, one of those guys. A ball that is hit into center. Is it deep enough to score that runner right from third? Catch is made from Acosta. Throw to the plate's going to be cut off, and you got yourself a 2-2 baseball game.
That to me right there, Rob, is playing the game. Playing it, understanding the situation. You got a runner at third base. I'm going to drive a ball out to the outfield deep enough to where my runner can tag up, and that's exactly what Lopez did right there. You see it right there. Well, gets that ball up in the air deep enough to where the runner can tag up.
I'm a really big fan of productive outs.
100%.
If you're gonna if things aren't gonna go the way, that's fine. But even if you're hitting the ball to the right side of the infield, something that can keep the mechanics of an inning moving offensively, and that right there exemplifies that.
See why I like working with you, man? You understand me.
The pitch foul back, and count goes to 0-1. Spencer Horwitz tonight is 0 for 2. He's got one hit as a Vancouver Canadian, and that one hit is a 2-run home run. And you know he's feeling the pressure to try and helpless Vancouver Canadians over the last week of the season, just called up from Bluefield of the Appalachian League. Pitch inside, and now the count goes to 1-1. Tri-City got 2 runs in the top half of this frame and grabbed the lead from the Canadians, and the Canadians let them enjoy it for about 5 minutes. As the right-hander sung with a runner at first and 2 outs. Looks in. A ball that is hit into right center field. Ranging over is Driscoll. He'll set up under it and come down with it, but the Canadians earlier get the equalizer. It was a sacrifice fly off the bat of Jesus Lopez that cashed in Brett Wright fresh off a double, and we've got a whole new ball game. We're off to the bottom of the 5th. Oh, we're off to the top of the 6th. 2-2 Canadians Dusty Ones right here on Sportsnet Pacific.